Well, hello there, guys. It is Tara Michelle here, and today we're just gonna dive straight into the topic at hand, and that is racism. I feel as if it was only a matter of time until I did a video like this. I'm pretty sure you guys would already have been expecting this, and I wanted to make this video because I was quite inspired by people and situations, just things in general going on in my life at the moment, where I feel as if I just need to speak up and educate people and just say my part as a person of color. And let me just preface this video by saying I know most of my viewers aren't from the United Kingdom. It's about only 20% or so. And so let me just say I'm from London, Britain, England, the UK, the United Kingdom. Statistically, Britain is the least racist country in Europe now. I feel as if when people use this defense, or am I allowed to say the word sentiment here? I don't know. It's usually to sort of cop out the fact that there's still racism going on at the moment in Britain. Again, I don't think we should be looking at racism relatively, because then that just brings in the conversation of I'm more racist than you, you're more racist than me, I'm the least racist here, etc. And we shouldn't be looking at racism relatively. If there's racism going on, it doesn't matter whether there's 10 hate crimes or 100 hate crimes or 1,000,000 hate crimes. There are still hate crimes going on. There is still racism present. And therefore, that is an issue. And we need to solve this issue by speaking up, educating people, and tearing down this system of oppression that has been ruling over us for the past few hundreds of years. Moving on to the next section-ish of the video, I want to talk about a fact that I feel as if a lot of white people fail to understand, and that is the fact that there is a scale, there is a range, there is a spectrum when it comes to racism. And racism today, in today's modern day and age, will look quite different than when it did 50 years ago, 100 years ago, as of course things change with the time. Language will also change with the times. There is a lot more to racism than just completely over, in your face, blatant racism. There are also behaviors of racism that might be seen as more covert and hidden and more sly, in the sense of they're hiding their racism a lot better than their other racist counterparts have been able to do. I made this range scale thing on a Word document, and there's actually another way better race scale that I will show you guys in a second. The scale that I made starts off with over racism. Now, this is like the KKK tiered stuff. It's like the in your face, blatant racism. And it's like you're proud of it as well. Now, a step down from that, we have old rich guy racism, old white rich guy racism. I like to call it that, but it's basically a sort of racism that you see a lot of these CEOs, a lot of these Hollywood directors, a lot of these rich entrepreneurs have. And it's like, you're racist. You know this. And you have a close group of people that you can be racist with and that accept you with all of your racist flaws. And you know that if you come out to the public as blatantly racist, then you will not be accepted. And so you just hide your racism within your little racist circle, and yeah, that's basically it for that one. Now, a tier down from that is covert racism. This is the type of racism where you say insensitive comments and you probably acknowledge the fact that you are racist, but you will obviously deny this, and you will not show this publicly. And whenever it is shown, it's usually in really passive aggressive ways. Now, a tier down from that is indifferent racism. Now, this is the type of racism where you're saying like, oh, it doesn't affect me. That's a people of color problem, not a white person problem. And then another tier down from that is ignorant racism. These are the type of people to say, oh, slavery ended 400 years ago. Or when did slavery end? It wasn't that long ago. Was it 200 years ago? 1830 something, 1830 or 40 something was the end of the slave trade. Anyways, these are the type of people to say like there is only one race, the human race, and that white people were slaves too, white people are oppressed too, you know. And they often ignore the fact that people of color are still struggling today because of the color of their skin, because of their ethnic background. And they think that they aren't racist, but quite frankly, they're wrong. Now, this is subconscious racism. You hold hidden beliefs about racial supremacy, but do not realize this, and your racism plays out in slight biases. Now, I can say that a lot of people have this sort of racism. Most people living on the planet Earth, especially in Western countries where being white is the default, whether you are white, black, Asian, Latin, Hispanic, I don't care. You probably have this form of racism, which is the more subconscious, hidden racism. And it's not your fault, of course. You just grew up in a racist society. What were we expecting? And it's up to us to rewire this mindset, rewire these hidden subconscious beliefs so that we don't act out in racist ways. Moving on to the next race scale, I found this one when I was doing research for the video. You guys can go check out the actual full scale in the link in the description below, because I think that all people should see this scale, especially if you're white, and someone has called you racist before. Regardless of whether you actually are racist or not, I think you should still check out this scale. And it ranges from terrorism to overt racism to subconscious racism to indifference to defensive to justification then denial. And to be honest, I'd probably like switch a few things up on that, but for the main part, I agree with this scale. And on the lines, you can see different behaviors that these people would engage with. And for example, like on the terrorism scale, we have, I would have killed a black person for simply being black. On the end of the denial scale, we have slavery ended 200 years ago. And these are sort of the behaviors, tactics, defenses that these racist people use to basically defend themselves within their racism, or not even defend themselves. How can you say I inflict fear upon black people on purpose as a defense? I'm sorry, but you're racist. Anyways, and our interpretations of the race scale are different, but overall they're saying the same thing. Racism is not always seen blatantly with hate crime or racial slurs or supporting white supremacy. It can also manifest subconsciously as ignorance in racist jokes or the insensitive comments that we are going to be speaking about in the next section of the video. Before I go into the next section of the video, I just want to say that this video is coming from a black person's perspective. Obviously, I am black. I live in Britain. And however, black people aren't the only people of color that are marginalized in the Western society that we live in. This video is also out there for any other ethnic minority backgrounds that might have suffered from racism, especially so my Asian brothers and sisters, as well, as there has been a huge increase in Asian hate crime as of recently. And Asian hate, or just like racism towards Asians, has just been stupidly normalized, disgustingly normalized. Of course, I believe in calling out racism in whatever form it is and to whoever person of color it is directed at. Let's divide this scale into covert racism and overt racism. I'm going to spend the rest of this video talking about covert racism, which is the more secluded, the more I'm racist but I know it's wrong and I'm not gonna like outwardly show it type of racism. And I just want to ask this sort of question, to what extent this feels like a history Peel paragraph. To what extent do we accept and promote undercover or covert racism in real life? And I just want to talk about some examples of covert racism and behaviors of covert racism that I feel as if not enough people acknowledge and not enough people are calling out. And one of them being the behaviors of people doing microaggressions, people participating in using microaggressions against ethnic minority backgrounds. Now, it's like, okay, so real life story. When a white person says a racist joke and then plays it off by saying that it's a joke, sir, I think you're the joke here. I'm laughing at you. I'm not laughing at your joke. I'm laughing at you. And then like fetishization as well. That's really weird. Like, imagine comparing dark skin to chocolate. Just say I'm beautiful and keep it moving. Thank you. And then like the whole "you're pretty for a black girl" thing. Funny. And also imitating stereotypes. Imitating stereotypes. Yikes. I cannot stand it. I'm gonna sneeze, but I cannot stand it when people imitate stereotypes of what they think a stereotypical black person or black female is, and then act it out by using African American vernacular English and super over expressive hand actions and, you know, the clicking of fingers, you know, all those good old black lady stereotypes. I have to redo my sitting position to be able to say the next part of this video because this one just angers me. Performative allyship. I really hate this sort of behavior because it's like, we know that you're not like an actual ally. I just strongly dislike it. Like, gosh, covert racist is so annoying because it's like, we know that you're racist and you're just trying to cover it up. That's so annoying, bro. So annoying. And then covert racists themselves, it's like they be acting like the best allies. They're so wise and woke and like they're like a true ally or whatever. And then they just do a 180 when they think that no one's listening. Like, white savior complex. I literally cannot with these people. I think I'm gonna have to make an entirely new video just on white savior complex because that is the biggest the biggest sigh. Honestly, I hate people with white savior complex. Take offense if you have a white savior complex. Do take offense. Again, this is why the movie Moxie is quite unbearable to me. I think I'll also do another video on white feminism. The reason why I'm not a feminist is because of white feminism. Oh, y'all really make feminism look like a joke. But anyways, and then when they try and switch it up and act like they're the victim, like, oh, you made me think that I was ashamed of being white. Well, imagine how my black skin, imagine how me being in a black person's body, all of the years of my life, living in a racist society. I wonder how I must feel, bro. I wonder how I must feel. Anyways, I know that not all of my viewers are from the UK. The majority of my viewers are not from the United Kingdom. But I bet after this video is going to be like a huge upburst, upspring. I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like there's going to be a huge increase in the amount of viewers that I have from the UK after this video. But again, as the thumbnail, I think that's what I'm going to make the thumbnail say. I can't be asked. As the thumbnail says, the UK is not innocent. And I know that a lot of people in real life are watching this, and I have a little message for anyone who has been racist before. If you've ever been racist, we're entitled not to forgive you, especially if, like, a person of color has told you not to be racist and then you're doing it again. I'm gonna find it hard to trust you, and a lot of people are gonna find it hard to trust you, and you must take responsibility for your actions, because at the end of the day, no one is going to trust you, bro. Like, just take responsibility, full responsibility for your actions. Apologize to the people that need to hear it. And simply put, even if we do forgive you, it doesn't mean that we're going to forget. And I love giving people second chances. It's just my thing, okay? I love giving people the benefit of the doubt and giving people second chances and trusting people. However, if you betray my trust more than once, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off. It's a 2-time rule. Betray me once, okay, it was a mistake. Betray me twice, you're out. The thing is, I've forgiven these people. I really have. And I have a lot of compassion for them. I hope they're able to reflect on their actions and realize that they were wrong and apologize to the people that need to hear it or that deserve an apology. Been racist to me, or just not even to me, but to people in general, more than once, then I'm sorry, but you're cut off. It's because I love myself. Simply put, it's because I love myself, and I'm not going to allow myself to get hurt by the same group of people over and over again for the simply put reason of racism. I have a lot of compassion towards you guys, and I just hope that you're able to properly reflect on your actions and realize that what you did is obviously wrong. Insensitive remarks are still racist. You're just doing it more covertly than other people might perceive it to be. I know I just spent this entire video bashing white people, but shout out to all my white friends that aren't racist. Like, love you guys. I really hope that this video was able to bring some sort of awareness, some sort of, not just awareness, but education as well, because I feel like a lot of the points that I bring up in here are quite relevant at the moment, and more people need to recognize this. As I was saying in the beginning, more people need to realize the consequences of their actions and how their words affect other people. There'll be more uploads out soon, considering the fact that I'm on holiday now, so I'll probably be on an uploading streak, but I'm also going to be studying a lot. Oh yeah, my sister had a baby, so that'll be cool. I get to hang out with her. So yeah, I love you guys. Stay safe. I don't know, I need to come up with a better outro. Do you guys have any ideas for an outro? Anyways, love you guys. This is Tara signing out. Peace.